queridas, welcome to today's video. So today we are going to be talking about water-based and silicone-based products. So this video I hope is just as informative as it was to me when I first found out the difference between the two and what mixing the two causes, and why you shouldn't mix the two, why you want to just stick to one category for all your base water-based and silicone-based products, and what to look for when you're looking into either water-based products or silicone-based products, and what ingredients you should be looking for. And I also have a couple of recommendations that I will be listing down below in my description box also, because it's a lot, you know. I'm not even gonna remember by the end of the video what product I said for what, you know. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been a while, but you know, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be sharing this new content with you, and let's just jump right into the video. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and share this with other people. And yeah, all right, Raina, so we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna just first talk about silicone-based and water-based products. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the water-based ones first, and we're gonna talk about those. I have a few things to show you, and I also have a few recommendations to make, so let's just go ahead. So for our water-based primers, we have the e.l.f. Power Grip, the NYX Plump Right Back, the Milk Hydro, the Too Faced Hangover RX, the Maybelline Master Prime Hydrate Plus Smooth. Those are your water-based primers, right? Which what that basically means is that their highest ingredient level is water instead of silicone. And so the biggest thing with that is, if you're anything like me, I prefer a water-based primer. I didn't really think much of it before somebody taught this to me, that if you mix water-based products with silicones, they won't mix, which is one of many reasons why your makeup application is patchy, it's not sticking, it's breaking through, it's overly exaggerate oils, especially on your T-zone if you're anything like me. And that's kind of the reason why, because you're mixing water-based with silicone-based and they don't mix. It's like oil and water. It just doesn't mix. Like, it'll just stay right there on top, but it won't go through and blend through, you know, which makes complete sense. So I have 3 water-based primers with me right now. It is the, of course, e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and I will say this is amazing when you use it with the right water-based foundation. It is really truly amazing. It blends in so well. It's what it's supposed to do, you know. So like, when you use the right products with each other, they work so well. And literally my base has not looked so good since I've learned to stick with my water-based and silicone-based products for each of the 3 categories that we're going to be talking about today. Then I recently tried this NYX Plump Right Back because I've heard so many good things, especially on TikTok. And this is a really nice primer. It's really hydrating. Like, a little goes a long way. I tried it, I think, the first time, that first week that I was learning about water-based and silicone-based. I think I tried it that first week with one of my water-based foundations. And it looked really nice. It was a little too glowy for me. I'm not a glowy girl. Like, I'm more of a 2016 type of makeup girl still. Don't hate. I love that matte look. Like, I love a matte foundation. But recently, I'm also like a soft era makeup gal too. Like, I enjoy the no makeup look. Like, don't get me wrong, I do, but I think if anything, I would prefer my 2016 full glam, full coverage, full everything. But they work both really good. And then I also have this from She Glam. It's the birthday skin primer. It's supposed to be really hydrating. So first, if you watched my video before, this was really hydrating. Like, it doesn't look like it because of its consistency, but it is really, really hydrating. Like once you scoop it out and like work it into your skin, it's really hydrating. And like I mentioned, there's some high ends, there's some lower budget friendly primers that you could definitely look into. But yeah, you want to, if you're gonna be working with a water-based foundation, you need a water-based primer. So please keep that in mind. And don't be like me for so long and mix your water-based and silicone-based together. No, stick in the same category just for primer, foundation, and concealer. Everything else can be whatever other ingredient you choose. It won't mess up your base. But like your base, yes, you do have to stick to the same category for all three. So now for the foundations, we have the iconic e.l.f. Halo Glow, the L'Oreal True Match, the L'Oreal True Match Nude, the Tinted Serum, the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Tint, the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation SPF 25. So I have 3 with me today, and I have the iconic e.l.f. Halo Glow, the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, and the True Match Super Blendable Foundation. So these are all water-based. So if you look into their ingredients, and it says water right here as the first ingredient, that means that water is the biggest ingredient. Like, it's their highest ingredient that they have. And all these have water listed first, all of them. And also, what I've noticed with these foundations for water-based is that they are more like serums. They're not full coverage. They're not even sometimes buildable coverage, really. Like, if the water is your main ingredient, 9 out of 10 is they are a tinted serum. Just like something tinted, very, very minimum coverage. And that's kind of why I don't go towards the water-based side for products, because I'm a full coverage girl. I want it to cover everything. I mean, I know you see this right now. I'm a little sunburnt. We're not going to talk about it. But besides that, I have like redness right here. That's just how my skin is, so everything else is fine. It's just really red right here. So tinted serum will not really do nothing to my skin. It'll like very lightly tone the redness, very lightly, and kind of just evens out my skin tone, but you can still see some of like my imperfections, like some of my redness, and I don't like that. Like, I think I have more silicone-based foundations than I do water-based, because I realized that these were all just tinted serums and they're so low coverage, which makes sense because silicone, like, it's silicone, so it's a much thicker consistency, and it will cover it up because it's silicone. Like, it will cover it up. As for your water, it's watery, so it's just meant to hydrate. This L'Oreal True Match I recently tried. I know it has been in the beauty industry for as long as probably I can remember, like since I was probably 7, that I looked into the makeup aisle one time and I was like, L'Oreal, and I seen that, and they just recently made a new look. But if you know, you know, it had just that little ball, you had to beat the crap out of it to get any product out. But I'm really glad I got a pump, because I'm a pump type of girl too. But yeah, this one, it's really watery, really watery. So like, I feel like I have to really set my face and like bake longer too for it to like really absorb that powder and not look as glowy, because I don't like a glowy look. So, but it's a buildable coverage. You can go really sheer, but if you add 1 or 2 more layers on top of your first layer, then it will give you a somewhat medium coverage look. So it's not my favorite. Like I said, I'm a full coverage matte foundation girl. So now we're going into the concealers for water base. So you have the Maybelline eraser, the multi-use, the NYX Bear With Me, the e.l.f. 16-hour camo, the Kosas Revealer, and the Acai Hydra Beam. So I only have two water-based concealers currently because, like I said, I'm a really full coverage girl. So I've never liked my concealer to be light ever. Like, I want that concealer to conceal these 21 years of dark circles, of baggy eyes, like everything. I want it to cover it all up. So I only currently have two, and it's just because, like, these two concealers that I do have, they have been talked about so much. So I was like, let me try it. But other than that, I did not have a single water-based concealer until now. Excuse me. I only have one water-based concealer out of all those. Yeah. And if it wasn't literally because of a TikTok videos actually that have been talking about this concealer for the past month or two, I wouldn't have got it. And this also has been here as long as I can remember too. Maybelline has been in the industry longer than any other beauty brand that I can think of. And they've really stepped up their game from not being like, okay, well, this is makeup. Like, it's not good makeup, but it's makeup, you know, and we want to look somewhat pretty, so we like kind of made it work. But their coverage, their packaging, their quality, their everything has really, really, really improved. And if you're like a really high-end girl and you don't want to try drugstore, please come down here with the rest of us and try it, because I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Some of these drugstore products perform 10, if not more, times better than high-end makeup. And if you know, you know. Like, you just know. So anyways, I just have the Maybelline Eraser, the Instant Age Rewind Multi-Use Concealer. And I got it in the shade 160, which is like a pinky. Because if you also know, pink has like been in pink powder, pink blush, pink concealer, and I can see why. I can see why. I love this. I don't use it as much because I don't like glowy looks. So, you know, you can't, like I've mentioned, you can't mix water base with silicone base. We don't do that around here no more. Right? Right. This is the only water-based concealer I have. I do want to try the Kosas Revealer and the Maybelline, and not the Maybelline, I'm sorry, and the NYX Bear With Me concealer. I do want to try those two. I actually want to try all of them on my list. I really do, just to try them, because I don't have a single high-end water based product. So I want to like test out the difference. So remember, for your water-based products, you want to look at the ingredients. I know you're lazy. I know you are. I am too. Trust me, that's a lot of work. I know, but trust. You will be surprised after today. You will be surprised at the results you get when you work with the same product for your base. You will literally be so surprised. I was surprised. Oh, we're gonna go ahead and just do my left side with water base product. We're gonna go ahead and like just prime, clean out my eyebrows with that concealer, and then we're gonna jump into do the other side silicone base. We're gonna prep and, you know, clean up my eyebrow, and then we're going to start with our eyeshadow looks, and then we're gonna go on to the concealer and foundation, just because that's how I normally do my makeup routine. So that's just, that way the products will really saturate, especially the water-based products. So I think I'm gonna go in with the Power Grip Primer on my left side for this. We're just gonna like work it. We're gonna do half of my face with silicone base and half of it with water base. It's already so tacky. Let me put my hair back some more. Okay. So she is priming. Y'all see that glow? I see it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera. Y'all been watching my channel for a while now, then you already know my eyebrow routine. If you don't, please go back to my latest video where I even do my eyebrow there. I think they changed my eyebrow routine a lot, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this off the camera. You already know what I use. If you would like a more detailed eyebrow routine, step by step or whatever, comment down below. I will work on that video for you. We are gonna go in with this pink concealer. It's gonna look really crazy, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work because this is the only water-based concealer that I have, so we have to make it work. You know, we like just have to. So I'm just gonna draw 3 little dots like that. We're gonna make this work out. Just like trust the process because it's gonna do it. Okay. I know it's probably gonna look really crazy. Me ver como un dubalín. And if y'all don't know what a dubalín is, go and look it up right now and go try it at your local Hispanic store because they are literally so bomb. So that's what it looks like. It looks really wide right now. It actually, I don't know if it's because like my lighting or what, but it looks like really white right here, but on off camera it looks really pink. But we're gonna make this work. We are going to make this work. Let me just blend that. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that like that. Okay, now we're gonna go and talk about some silicone based products. Okay, so we're gonna look a little crazy for like a couple of minutes, but it's okay. It's okay to look a little crazy because after this we want to be able to recognize one another, right? Silicone based your primers, yeah. So you have the Wet n Wild Photofocus Matte, the NYX Pore Filler, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty, the NYX, the Marshmallow, and the Maybelline Master Prime Blur Plus Pore Minimizer. And there is 100 more. This is just a short list I made of, well, let's just say the best concealers that I've found for each category that like work for me, you know? But there's 100 more out there, and of course silicone base. I think that's majority of the cosmetics lines, like full coverage ingredient, majority of them. So there's a high end and there's low end. That's just like the best primers that I have. I have a couple. I think I have way more silicone based primers than I do any other primer. Also, no, actually, no, my bad. It's the water based that I have more of compared to my silicone base. But I do love my silicone because most other primers are matte and pore blurring, and I love that because I have a lot of texture right here and it's like the most visible part. And so like some of these poreless primers are God sent. They are so amazing. They really speak for themselves, like, sorry, quality wise. Like they speak for themselves basically. They're amazing. So I have the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. This one, I have the Wet n Wild Photofocus Face Primer. And I have the Revolution Pro Blur Stick Plus. And I have the Pore Professional Pore Primer by Benefit. So, yeah. I think the most expensive primer is this one. And I love this one. I love the pink one more, but I don't know if, like, that day that I went to repurchase the pore filler, the pink one, they were just out of it. It was out of stock or what, but they did not have it at all. Like, it wasn't even on their display. Like, I don't know if they discontinued it or what. I hope not, because I love that primer. I really do. That's like my go-to primer since 2016. But I recently tried their like original And I do like it. I do. I mean, it performed literally the same compared to the pink one, but it's just this one, the pink one smells a little bit better. And I've also had the matte putty primer by e.l.f. I've had this for a while too, and I don't really use it though because, like I mentioned previously, I primers to be water based. Like, I love that glow, but my silicone based foundations don't love it. So that's why I had to invest in some more. Like, these two are my recent purchases for my silicone based foundations because these two just weren't working. They were drying me too much out. So yeah, I recently tried this, and this really does it. This stick, besides that it smells really good, it works really, really good. It literally blurs out all your pores, all your texture. It just like a beautiful blank canvas to begin your work on. And I think I'm gonna try this photofocus face primer today when we prep and conceal our eyebrows. That's just what I'm going to use today because I just recently bought it to try out, so to see if I like it or what. To our foundations for silicone base. So the list was a little bit longer on here for me compared to my other lists for the water base, but so many good full coverage foundations for silicone like base products. There's so many good ones that you literally could not find one that you didn't like. Like, I have too many favorite silicone based foundations. I think that's also I'm trying to like get more into the silicone based primers because my foundations, I love full coverage, so like I'm more into that side of base products. So so for the foundations, you have the Too Faced Born This Way, the NYX Bear With Me Blur, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, the e.l.f. Flawless Finish, the L'Oreal Infallable, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless, the Wet n Wild Photofocus, and then also the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and plenty of others, but you know, I only have, actually I have more. Also the Tarte Amazon Clay, and the Huda Beauty, I forgot the name of the foundation, but you know what I'm talking about, I hope. So today with me I have the Estee Lauder Double Wear and the Too Faced Born This Way, and I will say I love these two. I think I'm finally tan enough for the Born This Way. I just recently got this like in May because this was actually the first high-end foundation that I ever tried. Most of the products that I had, foundations that I had before, were drugstore. I started on drugstore makeup, and then in 2016 is when I went to the OGs. And Too Faced was actually the first high-end foundation I ever tried, and I absolutely loved it, and I love it still to this day. At the beginning, like when I first got it back in May, I was still pretty light. I just recently actually got a tan because it's really, really sunny. It's really hot where I'm at currently. So I was sick, not last week, but the last week before that, and I'm just not getting better, but I still have a little congestion. And like my throat gets really dry still. These allergies and that strep really knocked me out. But anyways, this was my first high-end foundation, and I love it. But when I got this back in May, I was still really, really light for this foundation. So it looked like really orangey on me. Like it looked a lot darker. Like I really had to like go right here to blend. So it looked somewhat, you know, matching, but I think I'm finally tan enough for this, so I think this is what we're gonna be using today. And the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I love this. The stay in place, it really does stay in place. Like if you need a long lasting foundation with great coverage, definitely try this out. This really chef's kiss, chef's kiss. So now for concealers, we also have like a good bit too, but we have the Tarte Shape and Tape, the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use, the Maybelline Fit Me, the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Okay, so with me today, I have four concealers out of that list, except one of them, which is the It Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage, and this is my favorite concealer. This is really full coverage, which I love, and it's waterproof, it's anti-age, and it's a corrector. Like, what more could you want? And I also have the Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I love this also, but I don't know why. It's pretty light. It's just in the shade Porcelain, but it's so orangey. It's so orangey on me, but it doesn't look orangey right here, you know? It looks pretty light, pretty cool, which is what I like about my concealers, more for them to be more on the cool side than the warm side, because my foundation's already warm undertones, so I want my concealers to be cool undertones. But this one's still too warm for me. Like, it's just, I don't like it on me. I also have the LA Girl Pro Conceal, but this one is like too dark for me for like concealing purposes. It is too dark, so like I sometimes use this when I'm going for a no makeup look, just to like kind of blur out hair, take some of my redness, you know, just look like I wore a full face, but I didn't, because this matches more like my skin tone than a concealer. What's a concealer supposed to do? Then I have this 16-hour camo concealer in the hydrating, and I love this e.l.f. concealer. Like, I love it. These two are my favorite concealers. Oh, the color's not, it's not it. Look at the shade. I just need to find a different shade. Like, I need to get better at that. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Photofocus Face Primer on the right side. So I decided to do my right side silicone base and my left side water base, because this is like my most dominant hand, so it's like easier to work with, and like I like my full coverage, so that's what I'm gonna do. In case it looks really bad, in case the water side looks too glowy for me, not bad, but like too glowy, I could just quickly take it off and then just fix it to my liking. I'm not going nowhere, but just in case, Alright, so I'm gonna go and do my eyebrow, and I'll be right back to clean it up, and we'll get right into the video. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our concealer, and we're gonna do my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, because this is my OG baby, and I really love this concealer so bad. So it's the perfect shade. Like, it's cooling just the way I want it to be. It's just my perfect shade. You know what I just thought? Like, I just had a crazy idea, which is not unusual, but it's a little unusual. So I was like, what if I go out one day and like I do this? I do half of my face water base and the other half silicone base, and see like what the durability is, like the coverage test, the oil test, like, you know, do a little trial run or whatever. I was like, that's a good idea for a video. I think I should do it. Let me know down below in the comments. Yeah, I would like to see a video like that, because that's kind of like interesting. That kind of caught my attention. That would be like a really fun challenge to do. Now we're just gonna blend this out. So my eyebrows are done. So we also got our base for for eyeshadow look. I mean, I was gonna do 2 different eyeshadow looks, but I decided not to. Just because, and this was just primer I'm putting on my eyes, by the way. Just because, I don't know, like, I didn't feel like doing 2 different eye looks. So it's like, we're just gonna do one. And we're gonna call it a day. So, yeah, we're gonna do an eye look. I don't know what we're gonna come up with, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. See what I come up with. Since that's not really my main focus, I'm just gonna, you know, speed this up and do it, and we'll be right back to talk about the foundations. Yeah. So I finished my eyes. Just a simple. I'm really into wings a lot right now, so that's why I did a little wing. It looks a little crazy right now, but she's sharp. But just for surprise when she puts on lashes and her face is ready to go. So yeah, so I'm gonna prime again because I don't know if you've seen, but I put on those little tape underneath my eyes so I could create this like really nice clean look. And I think it took some of my primer off because there's no way my face is not dirty. So I took some of my primer off, so I have to reapply that primer. Here's the Power Grip primer. So I'm just like reapplying that right there, just underneath my eyes where I've had the tape, because everywhere else it's still good. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our foundations. So for the water base, I'm going in with the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation because, like I mentioned before, this is my most coverage foundation. So it's just gonna really cover me up. Where is she? Okay, so for one side, I'm going to use this brush, this Real Techniques brush. I'm actually gonna bump it on my head. Also, look how like liquidy that is. That's how you know that's water-based foundation because it's so runny. Silicone are also not that runny. They're a little bit, but they're not as runny as this. These water-based. About this brush is it helps me get in right here, especially because as y'all can see, I have a little nose rings. So it's like really hard to sometimes, you know, get a beauty blender to blend into my foundation sometimes because it's hard to like really get in there with the beauty blender because she's thick. Beauty blender's thick. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just like blend this out so it doesn't look as liney, as streaky. And you'll see that, like, I automatically just have a glow. Like, it's there. There's a glow there. I don't know if y'all can see on here, but y'all see that? So this is the before of my face. There's, you know, redness, you see blemishes. And then here's the True Match. So it takes out a little bit of redness, but it also, like, kind of points out my, like, textured skin, which I don't like. But, you know, whatever I pumped is what I'm putting on my face. I'm not gonna oversaturate my face either. But that's kind of like working that in there. Cause I want like a good coverage. Like it's a buildable coverage, so it kind of does do that. It does blend out for me. Now on the other side, I'm gonna go in with a Too Faced Born This Way. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I cleared off my hand, and I'm gonna apply 2 pumps. And with the other side of this Real Techniques brush, I'm going to apply this, distribute. I did this earlier, but we're just gonna reapply all of this underneath here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Beauty Blender because she is fully covering. She is coming through for us. She does not play about her coverage at all. More product on my hand, and I'm gonna try to use all of it on my face. Try, keyword, try to, because I also don't like super cakey looks either. So I was trying to decide, I was trying to see, smell, this one has a smell too, kind of. I was trying to see which side I had to use for what. Okay, I think that's enough. Just press that into our beautiful skin. Get all our harsh, streaky lines out. I don't know if I can see that, but look at her and look at her. Like, you see the difference? Like, look at Miss Too Faced covering everything from scars to just about everything, honestly. Miss Too Faced does not play. Now we are going in with our concealers again to brighten whatever we need to brighten. I'm going in with the multi-use by Maybelline on this side. And that's what I'm doing for that side. I'm doing the same placement pattern on both sides. I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer for the silicone side, just because I'm gonna try to make this work a little bit. I just want you to see like how warm that tone is. Like, this is really warm tone, like too warm tone for me, but so hopefully it just blends right out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just bake, set my face, bronze it up, finish the rest of my face basically, and you know, apply lashes, do lip, and we'll come back and we'll talk about everything, wrap everything up. Okay, so here's our final completed look. So I'm looking at it, and yeah, like I said, on my water-based side, I see more of my texture came out, and it's really glowy over here. Like, it's really, even though I like set my face and everything, it's still a little bit like glowy looking. As for my silicone base, you could see she is really, really matte. Like, she's really full coverage. She's there, you know. I will say I do enjoy silicone based products more. I'm more of a full coverage girl. I keep repeating because I need y'all to understand I'm a full coverage girl. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I am going to go into my silicone base products categories more than I probably will reach for a water-based product. Just because tint wise, like foundation wise, the coverage isn't there, and I love full coverage. And I also have like camo skin, so like the water, when after a while, once I'm like I get oily and sweaty, it really starts to show. Like, it really starts to show because I'm already glowy. My base is already glowy, so it's like it's bringing it out even more. It's making it stand out. But if you have any more questions on water-based and silicone-based products, let me know. I'm going to leave the short list, short, 3 little pages, the short list of silicone-based and water-based products up from primers, concealers to foundations down in the description. I'm gonna try to make more content. I know I've been really lacking. I know I really have, but you know, I had a lot of stuff going on. Like, after my last video, I didn't have any ideas on what content to create. I was like, what video should I bring? What video should I do? Like, what ideas? I had a couple ideas. I was video of just e.l.f. and NYX products because, you know, NYX and e.l.f. have, they're up there. They're like quality. It speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. So like, I wanted to do a video of that, but I was like, no, I don't really want to. So I was like, what should I do? And then I have another video idea, hopefully, that I will be able to bring to life soon. That's kind of like a more long-term, not long-term, but it's gonna be like a while till that video happens, probably. But I would like to sit down and just talk about me, what I've been up to, what's been going on with my beauty school journey. There's a lot of things going on with that, and I'm still gonna make that video where I've been vlogging my whole journey through cosmetology school from the beginning of the semester till almost end of semester. Yeah, so hopefully that's also like a long-term video too in the works. So just thank you guys for tuning in today, watching today's video. Like I mentioned, I am ready to get back on here. I am ready to bring you some new content, some one-of-a-kind content, some real spill. You know, we don't fake nothing. I will tell you when something is not worth your money, when something's just not there, like you're just paying for name, you're not even paying for quality. You know, you know. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Y las amo mucho, reinas. Thank you for all your support, for the little things. It means a lot to me. Thank y'all once again. See you in the next one.